Imagine this. You're scrolling through your phone late at night and you see it again. Make money while you sleep. Earn passive income with zero effort. Escape the 9-5 forever. And for a moment, it feels real. You picture yourself waking up, checking your phone, and seeing money come in without doing anything. No boss, no stress, no work. Just freedom. But here's the uncomfortable question no one asks. If passive income is so easy, why isn't everyone rich? The idea of passive income has become one of the most powerful and dangerous beliefs in personal finance. Because it sounds perfect. Work once, get paid forever. And that belief slowly changes how people think. Instead of focusing on building real skills, instead of creating long-term value, people start chasing shortcuts. They jump from one idea to another. Dropshipping, crypto, affiliate marketing, online courses, AI tools. Always looking for that one thing that will finally make money automatically. But most of the time, nothing happens. Or worse, they lose money, time, and motivation. And eventually they start thinking, maybe I'm just not lucky. Maybe I missed my chance. Maybe passive income just doesn't work. But the truth is, the problem isn't you. The problem is how passive income is being sold to you. Let's break this down in the simplest way possible. There are only two types of income in the world. Active income, you trade time for money. Passive income, money continues even when you stop working. Sounds simple, right? But here's what most people misunderstand. Passive income is not about no work. It's about work now, paid later. Think of it like planting a tree. You don't just throw a seed in the ground and walk away. You water it. You protect it. You wait. And for a long time, nothing happens. No fruit, no shade, no reward. Just effort. But eventually, if you've done it right, that tree starts producing. And then it keeps producing. That's passive income. Now compare that to how it's usually presented online. Start earning immediately. No experience needed. Just follow this system. That's not a tree. That's a lottery ticket. And most people are trying to build wealth using lottery thinking. Let's look at a real-life example. Imagine two people. Person A spends months learning a skill like video editing, coding, or writing. They take low-paying jobs at first, they struggle, they improve. Eventually, they start earning more. Then they use that money to invest or build something that can scale. A YouTube channel, a digital product, a business. It takes years. But slowly, their income becomes less tied to time. Now look at person B. They see a video about easy passive income. They try one idea. It doesn't work. They switch to another. Then another. Each time expecting fast results. Each time quitting early. After a year, they've worked hard. But built nothing. Same effort. Completely different outcomes. Why? Because one person understood something the other didn't. Passive income is built, not found. This is where it gets deeper. Because the passive income myth isn't just about money. It's about how our brain works. Humans are wired to look for efficiency. We want maximum reward with minimum effort. So when we hear earn money while you sleep, our brain doesn't analyze it logically. It reacts emotionally. It says, yes, that's what I want. And then something subtle happens. We start avoiding anything that feels like too much work. We delay learning real skills. We avoid long-term thinking. We become impatient. And over time, we train ourselves to chase outcomes without building foundations. That's why so many people feel stuck. Not because they're lazy, but because they've been conditioned to expect results too quickly. There's also another hidden effect. Passive income content often shows the end result, but never the process. You see the creator making money, but you don't see the years of effort behind it. So your brain compares your beginning to someone else's middle. And that creates frustration. You feel like you're behind, even when you've just started. Let's reset everything. Hear what passive income actually looks like in real life. A YouTube channel that took 2 years to grow. Investments that compound slowly over time. A business that required constant effort before becoming stable. A skill that was built through hundreds of hours. Notice something. Every single one starts as active effort. There is no shortcut around that phase. And this is the part most people try to skip. Think of it like pushing a heavy wheel. At the beginning, it barely moves. You push harder. Still slow. It feels pointless. But if you keep pushing, eventually it starts rolling. And once it's rolling, it becomes easier to maintain. That momentum is what people call passive income. But they forget the pushing part. So here's the deeper truth. Passive income is not a starting point. It's a result. It's what happens after. You build valuable skills. You create something that solves problems. You stay consistent long enough for it to grow. It's delayed reward, not instant reward. And once you understand this, your entire strategy changes. Instead of asking, how can I make money passively? You start asking, what can I build that keeps working after I stop? That's a completely different mindset. Because now you're not chasing trends. You're building assets. Something that helps people, scales over time, doesn't depend entirely on your hours. That could be content, investments, a business, digital products. But the key is always the same. Value first, income later. So what should you actually do? Let's make this simple. If you're starting from zero, don't chase passive income. Focus on these 3 steps instead. 1. Build a skill that people will pay for. This is your foundation. It could be anything. Editing, design, coding, writing, marketing. Your skill is what gives you leverage. 2. Turn that skill into income. Freelance work, create. Earn actively first. Because that's how you gain experience and capital. 3. Use that income to build assets. This is where passive income begins. Invest your money. Create scalable systems. Build something that doesn't rely only on your time. Most people try to jump to step 3. That's why they fail. So the next time you hear someone say, make money while you sleep, don't get excited. Get curious. Ask yourself, what did they build that allows this to happen? Because behind every passive income story, there's always a phase no one talks about. The slow phase, the boring phase, the invisible phase. And that's where real wealth is created. Not in shortcuts, not in hacks, but in consistency, patience, and building something that lasts. So maybe the goal isn't to escape work completely. Maybe the goal is to do the kind of work that eventually sets you free.